now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
And that's right. Good Morning America.
We're right here.
Good morning, Augusta.
The clock sprung forward an hour this morning, and typically with that, it starts to feel warmer outside. We're getting close to spring, but not quite. Winter is making a comeback, and we actually have some counties under a freeze warning tonight. All those details coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 11, a local bike trail reopens after being closed for repairs and updates. We take you to the opening ceremony. And important voting days coming up this week, how you can make sure your vote counts. Those details as your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Bria Smith in for Renetta Dubose. Thank you so much for joining us here on News Channel 6. Coverage you can count on begins with a mountain bike trail reopening just in time for spring with some improvements. Isabella Moody has the story.
The Augusta Canal single-track bike trail has been around since the 90s. It's now reopened with some upgrades.
The single track was already here, but when a lot of the pond dredging went on a few years ago, it basically destroyed part of the trail. This trail is just so convenient for people to ride on weeknights and weekdays without having to drive 30, 45 minutes somewhere. So we knew we had to repair it.
A ribbon-cutting Sunday marked the occasion with more than 50 bikers there to celebrate.
With it being so local to everyone here, specifically me, it's 5 minutes down the road from the house. It's something that I'm going to be able to ride almost every day of the week. People that are just starting to ride or people that have been riding for years, they're going to be able to come and enjoy the area and also progress in their skills.
The trail has new features that make the experience unique to each rider, including new trails for different levels of cyclists to ride.
We have a little bit of the old school hand-built section mixed with a little bit of new school flow, and as a added bonus, we were able to create this free ride section for the younger generation.
Organizers say community support helped them get the trail reopened after 3 years.
This has been a huge community project. I mean, it's no one person that's made this happen. It's just all of us, working together as a community to raise the funds, to put the volunteer work in, and to just kind of revitalize this gym that we have.
In Augusta, Isabella Moody, WJBF News Channel 6.
For a map and more information on the trails, you can visit AugustaCanal.com. Time now for a quick check of our weather with meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna, it was a nice day today, colder temperatures tonight.
That's exactly right. The sun came out today after a very cloudy start to the weekend, but with the sunshine and the clear skies, we also, as usual, get the colder air moving in. But here's the live look now at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at the airport. Look at the flag moving quite a bit. It's a very breezy Sunday evening. High pressure overhead, all the clouds to the south of us. There's that cold front nearly off the graphic that came through on Saturday, bringing us that rain. High pressure will stay in the area over the next couple of days, which means nice sunny weather to look forward to. Today's high temperature was a cooler 65 degrees. Our low was 48, so we were above average earlier this morning. But now check out that it's around 5 to 15 degrees cooler across the CSRA compared to last night. So you can tell that cold front definitely brought a drop in temperatures. Right now we're sitting anywhere from the upper 40s through mid 50s. 53 in Augusta, 48 in Aiken, one of our chilliest spots, 51 in Edgefield, 53 in Waynesboro, and upper 40s as well over in Sparta. Winds, as I mentioned, still very breezy coming in from the northwest, 11 miles per hour in Augusta, 13 in Waynesboro, 7 in Aiken, but then when you factor in those gusts, we're seeing amounts up to 21 miles per hour in Evans, Sparta, 24 in Waynesboro. We're going to need these winds to settle down in order to see the cold temperatures tonight, and that will happen. Tomorrow morning, we'll be down to around 3 to 5 mile per hour winds, so it's going to stay breezy over the next couple of hours, but once those winds settle down, the temperatures will go down as well. We will be around 34 degrees at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so that is above freezing for Augusta. But notice our counties to the north and to the west are under a freeze warning as temperatures could get as cold as 31 degrees. Columbia and McDuffie County were dropped from this morning, so we'll be on the edge of it. Not everyone will be freezing, but we do have the potential of it. So coming up, I'll have more details on that, and I'll look at the warm-up coming our way soon. But back to you, Bria.
Thank you, Jenna. It's been 1 month since a man from Barnwell County disappeared from his home. Aiken County Bureau Chief Sean Cabistock shares the desperate plea from his family.
We look in the woods all the time. You know, you're just looking. What happened? How? Where?
The last time Melissa Still Chavis saw her brother Michael Still was on February 3rd, when he left her Williston home for his apartment at Colony West in Barnwell.
So we know he left that Tuesday on the 6th sometime in the night because the house was lit up. And these doors you have to lock from the outside with a key. So he didn't lock that back door when he left. So he had to left in a hurry.
Despite personal items found in his apartment, his car still in the parking lot, and extensive search efforts, there's still uncertainty about his well-being.
I'm assuming that he didn't have any shoes on because the shoes that he normally wears was in the room. His glasses are there. His watch is there. He never went anywhere without those two things.
The apartments appear to have no cameras, adding to the case's complexity.
I heard that they had cameras, but they weren't working. It's time to get cameras.
The Barnwell County Sheriff's Office and other agencies are actively involved in the investigation.
They've had DNR on four-wheelers. They've had the cadaver dogs. They've had somebody flew a drone over it.
The Sheriff's Office explained in a statement, there's no concrete evidence connecting Still's disappearance to later discovery of 17-year-old Malaysia Hogg.
People have asked to do a community search, and I would love to do that, but I just need to know where to start.
There's a more than $3,700 reward from the family and $300 from the Sheriff's Office for information leading to his discovery. The family seeks answers, justice, and closure.
He deserves to be found, and then I'll work on why and the answers of why somebody did this. But I just want to put him to rest.
Voters in McDuffie and Columbia County can vote this week on the House District 125 runoff. Two Republican candidates both say they're the right person to represent the district.
I'm running on a common sense platform of giving Georgians a raise by eliminating the state income tax, fully backing the blue, going after out-of-control progressive prosecutors who care more about pushing their politics than actually enforcing the rule of law.
I will work every chance I can to cut their taxes, roll it back, whether it be in the form of a gas tax reduction like we just had, or whether it's increase in the tax credit.
District 125 voters can head to the polls on Tuesday, March 12th to choose between the candidates C.J. Pearson and Gary Richardson. And Georgia voters will have the ability to cast their vote on Tuesday, March 12th for the presidential primary. State election data shows so far more than 330,000 people have voted early, and more than 20,000 of those have been accepted absentee votes. Polls will open Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Parents will have another chance to voice their concerns on the Richmond County School System 5 Master Plan this week. One session will take place Monday at Bel Air K-8 School at 6 p.m. and another session will take place at the Richmond County School System Central Office at the Board Auditorium at 3 p.m. We are focusing on the future of our children on the next edition of the Means Report. We talked to local attorney Cece Stallings. She explains the importance of having a will and the risks of not having one. It can make all the difference when it comes to what happens to your estate after you're gone.
Now, you did ask what happens, if nobody does anything for the estate. Could it go to foreclosure or could it go to tax sale? The answer is yes, it could, because if no one is appointed to handle the assets or the house, like mortgage payments or even payment of the taxes, you're gonna get liens and it's gonna end up in foreclosure.
The importance of having a will. Please join us for a very informative Means Report. It's on Monday afternoon at 12:30 right here on News Channel 6. This week on Jenny, we are celebrating women during Women's History Month, and the Augusta Broadway singers will shine the spotlight on women too. Their upcoming concert in Evans is dedicated to the women of Broadway with lots of familiar music. There's also a special woman guest conductor, retired Lakeside High School chorus teacher Stacey Branch.
We're going to start with I Feel the Earth Move and On Broadway by Carole King.
Yeah.
She's pretty much a legend.
Yes, she is.
We're also going to do something from Waitress. She Used to Be Mine.
Okay.
We're going to do some things through a musical called We Dance, Once on This Island. And Human Heart When We Dance is included in that. A few Barbara Streisand pieces. Papa, Can You Hear Me?
Pimiento, marvelous piece.
It's a great piece of music.
It's so good.
Stacey Branch and the Augusta Broadway singers are excited for the concert, which is coming up March 22nd. Also, we'll have the owner of Paul Charette Medical Spas and Cosmetics. His salons are spread across the South, but his roots are right here in Augusta, Tuesday at 12:30 on Jenny. The Your Hometown Road Trip team is making their way through Augusta. On their next episode, they'll be talking to people who do a lot of good in the community. They'll also be checking out Dead Media Collectibles. News Channel 6's Brandon Dawson talked with the owner about all the support they received from over the years.
Well, we want to thank everyone because we've had a lot of support. We have people that come in all the time and recurring, as far as customers that have told us, we want to shop local, we want to support local. This means a lot. Please don't go away because these items are important to us.
You can find the Your Hometown Road Trip team in a new place in the CSRA every Wednesday at 12:30 on News Channel 6.
A cold and sunny start to the week, but a warm and wet end to the week. All those details when we return.
Let's face it, news is complicated. That's why WJBF.com makes it easy. Get clear, accurate stories that don't waste your time. Plus, get the latest video in one click with WJBF Plus. Get it all at WJBF.com.
Something about the morning makes you feel good now. You know that I love you. Good morning, Augusta. Let's see where it takes us. Good morning, Augusta.
Interiors Market has the coolest new furniture and accessories, all at unbeatable prices. Check out this sectional for only $18.99, or this one for $9.99. Need a new bed? This King upholstery bed is only $6.99. And right now, get 50% off all of our mattresses. These are just some of the unbeatable deals at Interiors Market. So stop in and let our friendly staff show you around. Shop today, Interiors Market, across the street from Weinberger's Furniture.
Now through March 13th, Project Refresh, News Channel 6, and the Giving Your Best partners need your help. Provide hope one shower at a time by donating shampoo, deodorant, and other essentials at Television Park or any Security Federal Bank location. The Live 5/6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Good Sunday evening. I hope you had an awesome weekend. I've gotten a lot of comments on my Facebook page lately about the pollen levels, and I don't have very good news for you, unfortunately. Pollen levels will remain high Tuesday through Thursday. You could say a little bit of a break tomorrow, but still pretty high levels there as well. Here's a live look now at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam at Augusta Regional Airport. A breezy Sunday night. Check out the flag blowing quite a bit as winds are coming in at 11 miles per hour in Augusta. 53 as our temperature. Not too chilly just yet, but those temperatures will drop off shortly. In the meantime, though, those winds are keeping things a little bit warmer. So in order to have the very cold temperatures, we need calm winds, and that is the opposite of what we have right now. And when you factor in those wind gusts, they're very high, up to 24 miles per hour in Waynesboro, 20 in Gibson. Definitely much higher than what we typically have at nighttime. Temperatures now anywhere from the upper 40s through mid-50s. So as I mentioned, chilly, but not as cold as it will be as we go into the overnight hours. High pressure overhead with clouds to the south of us, cold front out to sea. That's what brought us the rain on Saturday. With the high pressure taking over, also the cold air is moving in. We'll actually have some places potentially getting to the freezing mark or below it for tomorrow morning. But for Augusta, I'm expecting those mid-30s will be down to around 34 degrees at the 8 o'clock hour, with a freeze warning in effect north of Augusta. So say anywhere from Saluda County down to Hancock, temperatures could get as low as 31 degrees. This is typical, though. I know daylight saving time began today, and typically we associate that with spring getting closer, but on average, the last freeze of the season is March 18th, and the reason we have these freeze warnings issued is because the growing season actually just began last week. But speaking of temperatures, the cold won't last for long. This is a quick cold snap, and then we're right back to the 80s on Thursday afternoon, making it feel more like springtime. High temperatures rising quickly, 70s by Tuesday, and then 70s sticking around all throughout the weekend as well. Low temperatures also on the rise, so 30s tonight, and then, believe it or not, all the way back to 60 going into our Saturday morning. No chance of rain for now. Then those rain chances come back into the picture on Friday. Another soggy weekend. Let's take a look at our feature cast here. We'll have a cold front coming through. This should bring us a pretty good chance of rain on Friday. This particular model showing not really any chance of rain on Saturday, but I'm still keeping that chance in there just in case. Another round of rain coming in on Sunday. I do expect some heavy downpours from these systems Friday through Monday morning, and also the potential of some strong storms. We will have the warm temperatures, and with that, we have the potential to have that fuel for the storm. So we'll keep you updated on that. Lows tonight, anywhere from around 31 to 36 degrees. Highs tomorrow in the low to mid 60s in your 10-day forecast, showing the warm-up starting on Tuesday, 80 on Thursday, rain chances Friday through Monday. And we'll be right back.
Hey, CSRA.
Coming up, the Atlanta Hawks look to stay in the win column as they host the Pelicans. And the Augusta women's golf team hosted the 2024 Valspar Invitational. Kara Goldstein has sports next.
It is important to have.
Oh, Grace, this one's from your stepdad. Thanks, Chris. This one's from Lily. Oh, Lily.
Okay, great. Let's add the milk. I have a Coke. It's perfect. You know this.
Fort McHenry.
Good job, Grace.
Thanks, Chris.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to my mom and Chris. Where did you guys meet?
Psychology class. Wow. Wow. You look beautiful.
Thanks, Dad.
Red Headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys. The live 5 for 6 mobile app. Download it today. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The Augusta women's golf team hosted 16 other college teams for the final round of the Valspar Invitational at Forest Hills Golf Club. Originally, the tournament was scheduled to wrap up on Saturday, but due to a weather delay, the final day was pushed to Sunday. Ole Miss University entered the day looking like they'd take the tournament, and they did, finishing 8 under, 3 strokes ahead of South Carolina, who took second place. The Gamecocks' Hannah Darling also took second place individually as part of a 3-way tie, but first place went to Mirabelle Ting, the former Augusta Jag and current Florida State Seminole, as she finished 7 under par. She said it was so good to be back in Augusta playing with former teammates, and Jags head coach Caroline Haas-Hegg said she was very pleased that despite the chaos of a weather delay, the tournament was a huge success.
Exciting, definitely. I was looking forward to it this week. Nothing much. Still gonna be the same routine all week. So basically, we already had this 2 weeks ago in Melbourne, Florida. So this is the second time that we have off in the middle of the round. It's kind of cool to have off day and get used to it and just get out there and play.
It's wonderful to host such a prestigious event here in Augusta. Obviously, we had to call some audibles with the timing of the event, with the weather that came in Friday night, Saturday morning, but thanks to the staff here at Forest Hills, all our volunteers, everything went off without a hitch, so we're really glad we got 54 holes in. I thought we hit the ball very well this week. That's been our strength all year. I think we still need to putt much better than we did today, especially. We're just failing to take advantage of the opportunities we're giving ourselves with good shots, and I think we've got to continue on working on building our competitive edge a little bit. We might be too likable right now. We might need to get a little tougher and a little meaner.
Next up for Augusta University, they will head over to the Clemson Invitational at the end of March. The USC Aiken softball team looked to get back in the win column and out on the field after this week's series against Catawba was postponed due to weather. In a doubleheader against USC Beaufort, the Pacers got the win in Game 1 4-1 and then followed it up with a 9-0 win that they earned in 5 innings. The final game of the series against the Sand Sharks will be on Monday at 1 p.m. Over on the hardwood, the South Carolina Gamecocks took on LSU in the SEC championship game. Under 8 minutes left to play. South Carolina up 65-57. Tahina Pau drives and gets the jumper to go, putting SC up by double digits. Then 2:30 on the clock. Bree Hall drains it for 2. South Carolina building that lead, but then Flo J. Johnson with the ball. Wiley forces a steal, and Johnson is called for an intentional foul. Johnson then shoves into Ashlyn Watkins, and Camila Cardoso runs up and knocks Johnson to the ground. Everyone is separated. The officials review. The game is delayed by about 15 minutes, and in all, 4 South Carolina players were ejected. LSU was left only with its starting 5 after 2 reserves were disqualified. But the game did resume, and in the end, South Carolina defeats LSU 79-72 to win the SEC championship. The Atlanta Hawks hosted the Pelicans, both teams looking to extend their 3-game win streaks. Early in the first quarter, Pelicans down by 2. Zion Williamson denies Vit Krejci. Zion coming out of absolutely nowhere for that block, and that was pretty much how the rest of the game would go. Zion had 27 points on the night as he helped lead the New Orleans Pelicans to a huge win over Atlanta, 116-103. And finally, Sunday was the final round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Scottie Scheffler entered the day tied for first at 9 under. Scheffler on the par 4 10th from 90 yards away gets another incredible approach to the hole, and the ball checks about 8 feet from the hole. That would be another birdie for Scheffler, putting him at 12 under, 4 strokes ahead of the next golfer. Then on the par 4 15th with his new putter, 34 feet out. He's got great speed, great line. He buries it. Scheffler very pumped about that. He'd go on to shoot 6 under on the day, finishing at 15 under. He'd get his first win in exactly a year as the victor of the 2024 Arnold Palmer Invitational. A huge congrats to Scottie Scheffler. That does it for sports. We'll be right back.
When you donate
Earlier tonight was the 96th Academy Awards, and the sibling duo has done it again. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas has won Best Original Song for What I Was Made For. This is their second Oscar. The first was in 2022 for No Time to Die. 22-year-old Eilish told the audience when accepting her award, "I had a nightmare about this last night," and burst out into laughter. The duo thanked loved ones and the creators of the Barbie movie.
That song was such a pivotal part of the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
We loved it. They deserved it. Well done, Billy.
I didn't watch any of the show, but I did see that one part with you in the sports office.
Yes.
It was really good. I love that song.
I sing that song to the top of my lungs Tuesday.
It's a great
so
song.
good.
It's a bop.
so hard to sing. Our 10-day forecast showing the cool temperatures for now. Low at 34 tonight. Plenty of sunshine the majority of this week and warming up quickly back into the 70s on Tuesday. High of 80 on Thursday. Keeping those upper 70s through the weekend, but at that point we will have chances of rain and thunderstorms, including St. Patrick's Day. And then next week, by the first day of spring, we'll cool back down into the 60s.
That's our report for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join our morning team for Good Morning Augusta.